officially here with the alpha dog himself, our dear friend, Erik Espinosa. What's up, man?
They gotta clap a little louder than that, bro. I paid my dues.
You know, it's got to go loud.
Me, bro.
You think so? You think you paid your dues?
I have.
Yeah,
No,
I think you have. I think you have. I think you most definitely have.
24 years doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have.
And we've been friends for a little while now.
We have.
And man, you know, you've always been a mentor for me in many ways, and I really appreciate that. You've always given it to me straight, and this is going to be one of those interviews where it's two friends kind of talking, and we're not going to talk about your normal bullshit that you normally talk about.
Good.
So
I'm glad.
But before we get into some of the detail about things, I do want to cover briefly that you just had Palooza.
Yep.
How did that go? Because you looked a little stressed. You had some shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, look, you have about 250 people in your home. That's the way I say it. It's
Right.
at the warehouse. It's not at my house, but that's our home away from home. And you want everything to come out right, you know. You try feeding 250 people. You try having 250 people with a lot of libation in the place, you know, and not have any issues, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I got to make sure everything's okay. Because here's the thing that I tell everybody: we have our rules down there,
Right.
and they're very simple.
Aim the mic a little bit more towards you, just so you know. You can. There you go. That works too.
They're very simple rules.
There you go.
You can drink all you want. As long as
Okay.
you don't bother nobody, because the problem is that people take vacation time. They take that week off just to go to Palooza, and
Right.
and you know, and they pay their airfare and they pay for their stay, and I want them to enjoy themselves. You know, we don't talk about race, religion, politics, none of that, and I want everybody to meet everybody. You know, if you have too much to drink, you got to go. You can come the next day,
Right.
But when you start bothering somebody, I have an issue with that because, again, I don't know the stress level or the financial of getting there,
Right.
what everybody has. So I would just want everybody to enjoy themselves, have a good time, and listen. Were there any issues? Minor bullshit,
Yeah.
like always. But for the most, it was incredible. We had Guy Fieri there, you know,
Right.
did Q&As. And then we had a little surprise. We had the lead singer of Godsmack there, Sully.
Yeah, Sully was there, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I've never heard a song. I'm not
don't
into
understand
heavy metal.
how-
I'm not into heavy metal,
How have you not heard this?
dude. Because when I grew up, I was big into Rush. I like as far as heavy metal that I would ever go with probably Led Zeppelin. I was a big fan of Leonard Skinner.
It's still like 70s, 80s.
You know,
You never kept up with music? I mean, what happened?
no,
You-
dude,
fucking-
no. The 8 tracks came out.
And that was the end of it for you, huh?
Yeah, yeah, and then the CDs, and then the tapes and all that. You know, when I was a traveling salesman, I got into a book on audio.
Audiobook?
So I
That doesn't surprise me with you, by the way.
I would read a lot of book. I read probably all of Dan Brown's book, Da Vinci Code.
Gotcha.
And all those, and then John Grisham was a good one if I remember. So I would buy them and just listen. Now I just listen to a lot of sports radio.
Gotcha. So all fiction books, no
Yeah.
personal development things, none of that stuff, huh?
No, because
No Tony Robbins kit back in the day.
I don't need anybody to motivate me.
Yeah, that's true.
I really don't. I like everyone's different. You know, everyone has a different style and how they sell, and I really don't need. I wake up in the morning and when I'm home, I go to the gym and I have a power shake when I'm done, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to roll.
You're ready to go.
I'm made different, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that you are.
I don't need nothing or anybody to motivate me. You
Right.
know, if you find me somebody who likes to lose, I'll show you a loser.
Right.
I don't like to lose in anything. And,
I know.
You and I got to talk about that.
Speaking of that, we can talk about. I was going to lead into that. I was going to lead into that if you want.
So, you know, I really don't. I don't. You know, listen. I'm all for everybody being successful.
Right. Yeah.
But I really don't. You know, and I do listen to people, but here's the difference. You can be successful at what you do, but they don't know shit about the cigar world.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's no different than I told Guy. I told him no.
Right.
You know, since we're on that subject, and he asked me why not, because it's called knuckle sandwich or Guy Fieri, doesn't mean it's going to sell.
Right.
Unless you do something about it. And he has. So,
Yeah.
And I don't care I don't want any outside advice on telling me how to run my business. Now,
Sure.
I can get advice on financial and, and advertising and all that, yes. But as far as selling cigars,
No, of course. Well, I mean, that's what you do. You've done it for 100 years. But there is definitely some part of an alliance there with you and Guy as far as looking to develop and grow a vision, right? So, he knows that he aligned with you because you're good at what you do, right? You're good at sales, you're good at marketing, you're good at creating cigars, all of those things, right? Now, he has that whole other aspect, that whole 4-quadrant thing, the yada yada, and I didn't even know it was called fucking Triple D until somebody dropped it at I think Jack goes, "Oh, a little Triple D," and what the hell's that?
you never seen the show?
No, I have, but I didn't.
Right.
I didn't know the cool slogan logo that you guys call it or whatever the hell.
I really thought he was one of the Backstreet Boys. I swear to God. Before I met him, because he looks a little bit. I hope he's not listening to the show, but
I'll clip that and I'll tag him.
No, dude, I really didn't. I didn't know anything about him. I knew about the show, and I would follow him because I have the app.
Right.
Before we even met and all that, I didn't know anything about him, but I liked what he told me, and I did a little bit of research, and then the second time we met, I was talking to Sammy Hagar. I'm not dropping names because I really don't care, but they have a tequila company together, and Sammy shook my hand and looked me in the eye and told me that's the best business partner you'll ever have in your life.
I believe that.
And he told me this guy's a nonstop. He's nonstop working. His work ethic is better than mine. She told me he's promoting. And he gets mad. Like, we're in the Food and Wine Festival in Miami. Mm-hmm. And we went. You got to dress up a little bit. I dressed up a little bit.
Right.
And he's ready to call me on stage. He looks at me and goes, "Where's your fucking shirt? The knuckle sandwich shirt." And I'm like, right. Dude, I didn't know you were going to call me on stage. He's like, I said, I got an idea. Hold on. There's a good friend of his that I gave a shirt to, and he wore the shirt. And I said, hey, come here, bro. We switched shirts before I got on stage.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, so I want to get into some other things. One thing that we've always had back and forth conversations throughout my journey in this industry. And I'm grateful for all of it because you definitely have an honest perspective of things, right? Now, one thing that I always hear you say is somebody's getting into the cigar industry, you say, hey, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't
right.
do it.
Now, so then why the hell did you get into the cigar industry? Like, why did you started off, just to briefly summarize, Drew Estate, Rocky Patel, whole thing. I mean, you're a big deal, right? And then you decide to go into your own brand. And at that time, did you know what it was going to take? Or or were you also kind of like, blind into it? You know what I mean?
No, here's the difference. I had the connections.
Right.
Because I already rep for other people, and I knew a lot of the stores.
Yeah, you were the guy who would come in, you played the dominoes, and people would have to buy the acids. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Or whatever, however that works. And I knew every single shop in Florida.
Right.
I was just telling somebody, I used to come here before you guys owned it.
Yeah.
I remember they had a bird called Arturo.
They had a bird.
They had a parrot.
What's funny is there was like a 2 or 3 year lull where there was nothing here.
Really?
Yeah, we had no idea it was a cigar store.
So I had the whole state of Florida covered.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I did it with a business partner, was Eddie, and he knew a lot of the other people in the States, the big accounts and all that.
Right.
So I have a huge advantage. So when somebody approaches me and I tell them, who are you going to sell it to? Let's stop and think about this.
Yeah.
You have your own brand.
Right.
And you're successful in your brand.
Oh, but
it took you a long fucking time.
I mean, it's been 10 years of abuse, and it's nowhere near where it needs to be.
They need your cigar. A store needs your cigar.
Right.
Like they need a hole in their head.
Right.
No different than mine.
Right.
Okay? They don't need anybody's cigar.
Right.
Okay? Maybe Fat Bottom Betty now or whatever. But it's the truth. If they come ask you for my cigar, you're going to tell them, listen, we have this. You know, so I don't think they need anybody's cigars. Now, how do you sell cigars? A, they got to be good, but mostly all the cigars out there are good.
Yeah, I don't.
A high percentage of them.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Right. Now,
I'll just agree.
Okay, a high percentage of them. But why are people going to buy your cigars, the retailers?
Right.
Because of you.
Right.
It ain't got shit to do about the cigar, bro.
Sure.
It's because of you, the relationships you build.
Right.
Okay, now, getting it in the store is easy.
Right.
The reorders where it becomes a problem.
100%.
Now, you're doing something. You have this podcast.
Yeah.
You ship. You know, you have a mail order. You have your own retail shop. So you have a huge advantage. Yeah. Other than Joe Blow, who hangs out in a cigar shop in Wyoming and don't know a fucking person in the industry, and they think they're gonna, you know, they're gonna. And I tell everybody, I can make you the best cigar in the world. That it don't fucking matter. Right. Even with money. Let's stop and think about it. Without mentioning names here. All right, just I want you to reminisce a little bit.
Sure.
So there's people here in the industry now that I've tried for 3-4 years who got a. Well, I wish I had a nickel for everybody that acts like they got money and they're fucking flat broke. But
especially in this industry.
You reminisce a little bit. There's 2 or 3 guys out there that are fucking tycoons according to them.
Right.
They're not successful.
No, not even close.
And that's my point.
Yeah.
You can have fuck you money, and it don't mean you're gonna make it. People smoke cigars from people who they like.
That's true.
Because if I come in here, which we have the event tonight, by the way, we're running some specials and you can get a lighter. But I know this don't.
It's gonna happen next week anyways.
So anyway, you know, and I become an asshole to somebody, or you know, they're never gonna smoke my cigar again. I don't give a fuck how good the cigar is.
Right.
You know, it's the little things that matter. You know, the impact you have on people, and at least they'll give you a shot, and that's all I ask, for somebody to give you a shot.
Right.
And getting back to what you asked me, these people have no connections. They have no. I tell them the only way you can make it work, you got to be great in social media and sell it to the consumers.
Right.
Because the shops, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
I think it's too late in the game.
But to bring it kind of back, so you felt that because you had those connections, you could build a brand.
And I was forced.
You were forced.
I was forced to do this because at one time I won Salesman of the Year with one of the companies, and I got a bonus check for $20,000 and a pink slip the same day.
See you later.
And I said, "How the fuck you fire the guy who made you the most amount of money?" And it didn't matter. So, and then, you know, you guys know my story. Then that same day I called my son, and I was still repping for. I still had a Jewish State in Rocky at the time, and I told my son, "Listen, what are you taking to college?" You know, I didn't, because to me, college is overrated, dude. I'd give 3 fucks.
Yeah.
I think knowledge is power. Don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people go to college and never do what the fuck they want.
No, I mean, you got to have a vision if you're going to college.
Yes, and you got to like it. You got to like what you do. If you love what you do for a living, you never work a day in your life. But so, you know, and I said, "Look, can you take that shit online or whatever?" You know, I'm not a tech guy, so I really don't know about those things. And he said, "Yeah, Dad, I can." I said, "All right, well, why don't you? You know, I need your help." And now at that point, I got screwed by several people. And
cigar industry. He's cigar industry, sir.
And I said to myself, I'm never going to have another business partner, because I tell everybody there's a ship that's guaranteed to sink all the time, and that's called a partnership. And I said to myself, never again would I have a partner in any business. So I said, I have this vision. There were some dark times, man, dark days. I mean, I had to buy my cigars back from a wholesaler who bought them all and pay the wholesale price on them.
Oh, shit.
To sell it to the stores at the wholesale price.
Oh, my God.
Because I didn't have a factory. I didn't have nobody to make the cigars for me. It was fucking horrible.
Wow, man. That is absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah, dude. It was, and I had to pay for the shipping from where they were at, without mentioning names, to get it here, then to I was losing my ass.
I think the first time that we met, I had popped into like a smoke-in or some shit.
Right.
And you were doing, La Bamba had just launched.
Right.
It was brand new.
Right.
I said, I got a cigar store up in Deltona or whatever. He said, hey, take down my number, whatever, we'll be in touch. And that was kind of the beginning of it. So you were out humping it and just putting in the work as soon as your brand started, you know. But now you kind of fast forward, you have some people under your own corporation. You still have some brokers and stuff like that, right?
Right.
I mean, you got, look, Tyler I love, right? Richie's amazing. Jack's amazing. Heck, you have some fucking solid
We do.
guys
I got some shoulders, man.
in your crew.
I'm a huge military guy, even though I wasn't even born in this country, but I support our military, and I think they're so structured. You know what I'm saying? You tell them at 7 o'clock, and they're there at 6:50.
Right.
You know, and I look some of these times. I like to get home when I'm done, so I get the earliest flight out. I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And just leave me in a hotel close to the airport. I'll Uber to the no. There's no way you're taking an Uber. I'll take you.
Right.
No different than Tyler, Gavin, Josh. These guys would tell me, no, I'll get up. I'll be up. And I'll be damned if they're not up before me. They're knocking on my door. Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get you
And then they go home or whatever. You know, we're at the same hotel, whatever. And but I like shoulders. I like people and I compensate them. I take care of my people.
They don't, I believe that because I haven't heard an ill word about anybody who's worked under your business with you, your actual corporation, right? Like these guys think the world of you, and that's got to be good to hear. Because I'll tell you right now, if Jack was talking shit, I'd tell you.
Listen, they stay where I stay. You know how expensive the trade show can be.
Oh my God, yeah.
But wherever the trade show, the host, whatever hotel, we're staying there.
Right.
And everybody's got their room, and I'm not putting them across the street on a $59 hotel shit.
Right.
I pay a lot of money for the padding, just for the padding at our booth.
Right.
You're on your feet the whole time there, dude,
man.
and you have to be comfortable, and I take care of them, and we don't need garbage at Espinosa Cigars. I don't go to McDonald's, Burger King, or none of that bullshit, because you pay for it later in life. So if we're going to go out to eat, we're going to go out to eat. And they deserve it, man. If you got people that are with you, I don't mind spending the money on my guys. I really don't, I remember, I'm a big fan of Dana White. Not the UFC as much as I am a fan of his. Just some of the things that he says, dude.
Right.
And I remember during COVID, he said that, I ain't firing nobody during COVID. Call me, whatever you need. This is what you got to do. And he found that out because he had it, and Joe Rogan, I think, gave him these concoction, told him what he had to do or whatever. And I remember my CFO telling me, "Listen, bro, I don't think we got to let some people go." I told him, non-negotiable.
Right.
Non-negotiable. If we don't have the money, I'll sell my house and my
We go broke first.
I'd go broke before
100%.
Before I'd let go of people in tough times, and they know that. So, a lot of my guys don't want to go nowhere, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I always tell them the grass is not greener on the other side, Why would you want to go somewhere where you got a GPS up your ass?
Right. I don't think they're looking, buddy. I don't think they're looking, There's too much entertainment alone going on at Espinosa Cigars to go anywhere else, I do want to talk about one other thing as far kind of that comes out of La Zona Palooza. It's one thing that I've always noticed is your dad is always there.
Yeah.
Your dad is always with you, 100% of the time. I mean,
that's my ride or die, bro.
Yeah. So, like, what how is that relationship kind of formulated? Was he a hero to you growing up? Like, what was he to you? And where is your relationship now, currently? Right.
Being Hispanic, we think differently than a lot of Americans because I hear horror stories. I hear and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody raises their kids however they want. But most Americans, when their kids turn 18, they're out.
Gotta go.
They gotta go, not us. We don't want them to leave.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We want our kids to stay with us. We want them to get married and all that, but, you don't gotta leave. You understand? Now, if you're a bum and you don't have a job and you don't this.
Right. You're playing video games, you're smoking weed all fucking day.
Right. Then it's a different story.
Right.
But I don't know. I've never asked my dad this, but my dad would do things for us to hate cigars. I'll give an example. Because one of the things I hated the most in life were cigars.
No shit.
Man, my dad being Cuban, I laugh at people when they tell me, hey, come over to my house, I have this man cave to smoke cigars. Dude, the whole house was a fucking man cave. My dad was smoking the toilet. My dad could be taking a dump and smoking a cigar. I swear on my life, I turned in a car one time. I went with my dad to change cars. The whole gauges, you couldn't see it. It was all smoke. I swear on my life. The guy gets in. You know how they do that test run? And the guy goes, dude, I didn't even know how fast I was going. I can't fucking see it. And it was brown. I mean, brown. And he would chew the cigar. And whenever I must be 8, 9 years old, he'll come by us and go like this with a cigar. And you're like, you're spitting it. And you'll never see my dad without a cigar, and it looks like a paintbrush. Now, I know you might not believe me, but my dad eats cigars.
Right.
Being Cuban, my dad's been smoking cigars since I think he's 12. You know, in Cuba, that's all you did.
Right.
You know, you work in the farm and you would chew tobacco and smoke cigars. And then, you know, one day I just, look at me now, but the relationship was, you know, especially now, he goes to the warehouse, you know, he's a little older, you know, he's 89 years old, God bless him. And, you know, we've always been a tight family. I've never in my life ever my dad and I've ever gotten into an argument. I mean, we've gone back and forth on some things, especially baseball and shit, but we live. I have 3 sisters and a brother. Yeah,
that's a debate. That's bull. Just fucking around.
But
you know.
we're 3 sisters and we're 3 girls and 2 boys, and we're very, very tight. And but we live to see my dad mad, even at 89.
Yeah,
and we'll never regret it. All the shit that we do to him, just because he's a firecracker, dude. He'll get upset in 2 seconds. Like, people are making a line to go see Guy Fieri, you know, and then he's got his little cart there driving around, and he's in the fucking way. I said, Dad, you got to move. This place is mine. I ain't got to fucking go nowhere. Like that. Bro, you're blocking everybody. They can wait. Let me get my picture first. All right. I said, Guy, let's go get his picture.
Oh, he wanted a picture?
Yeah, he got a fucking picture. He don't even know who the fuck Guy is. He has no fucking idea. He's never watched Diner Drive. You know, he speaks very little. You know, he understands, especially the cuss words and all that, you know, the Spanish. But I remember one time, I got to tell you this funny story. So we used to have a pig farm.
Okay.
And it's ironic, dude. Our pig farm was next to Oliva. Okay. Oliva had a pig farm, too. And since they made my very first cigar, I'm going back years ago. And when I get to the house, you know, I show him the cigar, and he goes, "Who's making this for you?" Now, my dad don't know no shit about cigars. He knows the short filler shit they used to sell before I got in the business. You know, they were selling the grocery stores and cafeterias. So he tells me that, and he goes, "Oh, Oliva? Who, Gilberto?" I'm like, "Dad, how the fuck you know this?" We had the pig farm together. Well, anyway, so we used to go pick up, like,
small world
in the summertime, like bread and milk, you know, to feed the pigs.
Right.
And my dad has these big arms and shit, and you know, he didn't speak a lot of English, so he's getting into this argument with this guy, and my dad's ready to kill this guy, and he tells the guy, "Fucking my mother." and the guy goes, "Bring it to me." He's like, he's trying to say motherfucker, right? But he's saying, "Fucking my mother." I don't know what to do, bro. I'm like 8, 9, 10 years old. You know, and then he gets in the car all pissed off. Some guy separated them and all this shit. And he goes, "What was the guy telling me?" I said, "Dad, you tell him to fuck your mother." He looks at me and goes, "I fucked that one up." But that was our story, dude, growing up. But we're very, very, very tight.
So he's always kind of been a hero to you, then, I would assume?
Oh, absolutely, dude. You know? He's very, very. I'm a spitting image of him, dude. He's straightforward. He don't give a fuck. He don't sugarcoat a fucking thing. He tells people what he's got to tell them, and he don't give a shit who's around him. He doesn't care, you know. But right, you know, he doesn't disrespect nobody. He tells people, you know, if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I'm a spitting image, and you know. He's my hero. Of course, he's my hero. He's, you know, a lot of things I learned, and I didn't learn a lot from him, because he was always working to provide.
Gotcha.
You know, and everything I had to learn, and I never held it against him, because I know what he did.
It's not like he was screwing around.
Right. But we always, remember, we're 5. If he bought 1 bike, he had to buy 5 bikes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And growing up, you know, when we came from Cuba, we were in the hood, dude. I mean, it was, you know, we were in the hood. I remember one time, I think I was 3 years old, and I still remember this. I swear to my life. I don't remember how old I was, 3, 4, 5 years old. And we remember those piñatas? Mm-hmm. So I pulled a piñata, and, bro, people came out of the woodworks. I mean, they came out of the woodwork. I didn't get one fucking candy. I mean, it was in the back of these projects, and everybody just came out of the woodworks. Dude, I didn't even get one, and I'm crying and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right. There's no candy.
That was us growing up. I'm sure a lot of people have their stories, you know. We didn't have a lot of money or anything like that, you know, and but he's definitely my hero, bro. He's a bad motherfucker, bro. 89 years old and he's kicking, and he goes to Cigar, bro. He steals my cigar. He takes cargo pants. So my mom's a prankster. So my mom weighs him. You know, there's a big scale there for the pallets.
Right.
So we weigh him when he gets in, and then we weigh him when he gets out to see how many cigars. He takes cargo pants that got pockets everywhere. this is my fucking place, you know. And I'm like, yeah, Dad, all right, you know what I'm saying. I remember one time Eric needed some pictures of this box. It was a new project we're doing. He goes in his office and grabs them and fucking starts smoking them and shit. And Eric, who took the other cigars? We're trying to find out. Everybody that knows we need it for the picture. So we had to bring the ones in the bottom and put different cigars and just set them up top. Because we only had 20 cigars, only one box.
Make it look full.
Yeah, dude, it was fucking, he's the best, though.
All right, so, one person that you never talk about, though, is your mom.
My dad and my mom are day and night. My mom goes to church almost every day.
Yeah.
My dad's don't gamble anymore. But my dad used to be a drinker, cigar smoker, and they meet in the middle. But my mom is my rock.
Right.
Yeah, that woman. I tell you, when that woman tells you something, bro, I don't question it. She tells me, she prays for me all the time. I got to talk to her every day. If I don't talk to her once a day, all hell breaks loose.
No kidding.
Yeah, the next day is you forgot you have a mother. Yeah. And
She hit you with a slipper?
back in the day, I never got hit a lot, but when I did, it was my mom. And remember that Richard Pryor joke? But my mom would, I would tell her, it never hurt, but I would tell her, hurry up and finish. You know when they would do with the bell? I told you not to. Hurry up and finish your hurry up and finish your sentence. I mean, But my mom's my rock. I tell you what. Listen, my dad's 9 brothers and sisters, and they're all here in the States.
Holy moly!
Right, and we're the biggest. We have 5, but another one has 4, and the other one 3 and 2, and all the cousins. My dad and my mom's house where everybody hanged out at. So. Anybody got any issue, they call my mom. Anybody needs advice, they call my mom. My mom's a rock. I remember my mom telling me one time, I was 18 years old, and I used to use my brother's ID to go to the club. And she goes, you ain't going out. And I said, Mom, I'm 18 years old. You're not going out tonight. And my cousin's calling me, dude. I said, I'm embarrassed to tell her, no, I don't feel good. I don't feel good, but I couldn't tell her my mom because, that's a punk move.
Right.
And then she woke me up like at 3 in the morning and said, let's go. Your cousin's in the hospital. He was drinking and he got into an accident and he hit a light pole on the side I would have been in,
Wow.
So yeah, dude. So I don't question my mom. When my mom tells me something, dude, I don't question her at all.
So you had 4 other siblings.
Yes.
You have 4 other siblings.
Yeah, yes.
Are you the oldest, middle?
I'm the youngest.
You're the baby.
I'm the youngest. Yeah.
Got it.
I'm the youngest, bro. Yeah.
Got it.
But we're very tight. They were all there, except my other sister lives in Tennessee, but
right.
You've seen them. I don't know if I've introduced them to it because, it's so busy and so hectic there. But
they're there.
They're there, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit. That's incredible, man.
Yeah.
See, I would have never guessed you were so close to your mother.
Oh.
Never would have guessed in a million years.
I won't go to my dad. I have so much respect for my dad. I'll give an example. I would never get naked in front of my dad.
Right.
I can get naked in front of the whole world. I can get through shit. Seriously. I'll never get naked in front of my dad out of respect. I don't know what it is. And so I try to incorporate that with Eric. So I would take showers with Eric, when he was younger and stuff like that. But Eric won't do it to me. I remember that little fucker one time, we were at the trade show. And I'm there gambling, whatever, and our crew, and I tell Eric, what you guys going to do today? No, Dad, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. I said, all right, I'll see you in the morning. So then in the morning, I see them struggling.
Oh.
And I'm like, I look at Anthony. Remember my graphic artist, Anthony? And I tell him, now I'm digging. I said,
what's going on?
I heard you guys went out last night. He goes, yeah. So where'd you guys go? Strip club. Oh, nice. Who was there? This was before he got married and all that. And I said, who was there? Oh, me, your son, so-and-so, so. I said, okay, motherfucker. I said, why didn't you fucking invite me, bro?
Right.
I guess it's a respect thing. I would love to have gone, but
right.
I don't know if he can do that with me. Your kids are young. Wait till they get older. You'll understand exactly everything that I'm telling you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't be incorporated on specific things.
Right? They won't.
Right.
I don't know if it's.
They just don't want to. You don't want. They're worried about how you're going to perceive them afterwards.
Correct. But I'm the cool dad. I'm the dad that all his friends would hang out with. You know what I mean? I'm the guy that. That they called me in the office one day, and he had this loud horn. I bought him a pickup truck, and they called me in the office. It was a private school, and your son every time at lunchtime blows his horn, and every day, and he scares the kids and all that. And I look at him, and this is in front of the principal. True story. I said, "You do that every day?" And he looks down. He goes, yes, because he doesn't lie to me. And I said, all right, do me a favor. Only do it on Mondays and Fridays, and give the kids Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays off. And I look at the pill. Are we good here?
Right.
What the fuck you calling me for this bullshit? You know, and that's why I fucking take off. I'm that guy. I'm that dad. You know what I mean?
Right. You're like, oh, I'll talk to Erik. Yeah. I heard a little birdie told me that you're actually into meditation.
Yeah, but
you meditate a lot.
I used to do it a lot more. I just feel that everybody needs to relax the mind, especially mine. Mine's not that my mind races a lot. It's just so much information, a lot of useless information. But I struggled with anxiety, and my stepson suffered a lot from anxiety, and I really thought that was a pussy shit. I really thought. I thought that was for weak motherfuckers. Boy, was I wrong. Because you think one way until it hits home.
Right.
And
until you experience it.
And then during COVID, I got a real scare with, I've never taken a pill in my life. At 50 years old, I never took a pill in my life, ever. I would take vitamins, but never a pill.
Right.
Of course, the minor headaches or whatever. And then, one day I was at the warehouse and I didn't know anything about blood pressure and this and none of that bullshit. And then I didn't feel good, and they called the rescue and all this shit. And anyway, I had high blood pressure, and they put me on these pills. And I just wasn't feeling right, And then I went to the doctor, and then they did a stress test. Everything was fine with the heart, but when I did the stress test, you gotta run and all that shit. The doctor tells me, look, there's something not right. I need you to do a sonogram. Not a sonogram. What is that called when you go into the tunnel and they put
an MRI?
MRI, but with the iodine and all of
like
bullshit.
A CT scan or something like that?
Whatever it's called.
You're right.
So the day I go there, no big deal. I'm going to go do it. The lady looks at me and she says, we got to put nitro under your tongue. We're going to throw iodine, and we got to give you an IV. And I kind of freaked the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck? Nitro. I know nitro is to build bombs. What the fuck? And I kind of freaked out that day. And then she looks at me. She says, have you taken Viagra or Cialis within 24 hours? I said, yes, I took one last night. Bullshit. I
just want it out.
I just want it out.
Right.
And she said, well, I'm not going to be. We could still do it, but it won't breathe. I said, I'll come back. And I never went. And my doctor kept saying, you got to go, you got to go. So during that period that I didn't do it, I was kind of freaking out. So then, I didn't know what anxiety was, dude. I really didn't,
Yeah.
And then that's when I developed it. And then, I started talking to people and shit like that. And then they said, I remember Caldwell would have these little liquid that you put under your tongue. It's like a CBD type shit, and that will calm you down. That shit works like crazy. So I would, I would have hot flashes, dude. And I thought that was just for women. You know what I'm saying? And I experienced all this bullshit. And then I started meditating, dude, and all that shit went away,
No shit.
Yeah, dude. I started meditating, relaxing the mind and all that shit. But my heart was great, because the next day after I did it, the doctor calls me and says, well, I got your results back. And I freaked the fuck out, dude. I was fucking shaking. And I've never gotten like that in my life. And she's calmed down. Everything is good. If not, I would have called you yesterday. You have 7% blockage on one artery, 8 on the other, and 9 on the other. And I tell her, well, what does that mean? She says, a doctor won't even look at you unless you have 50% on something. You're fine. Keep doing what you're doing and whatever. I need you to lose a little bit of weight, whatever, and all this shit. So then, and then I started doing the meditation. There's this thing called the Daily Calm. And I recommend this to everybody, dude, because, I try not to sweat the small shit. You know what I mean? So if you wake up in the morning, you go to the gym and all that, dude, and you got the kids and you got the business, and, I'm sure you have some stress in your life. And,
of course.
It calms you down, dude. And then you breathing techniques and all that. The martial arts, you should do that. When I used to do martial arts, that would really relax you when you're done, because, you're so spent that you don't want to do anything. You know? And they teach you how to breathe. When you fight, breathing is a lot. So I incorporated all that, and I'm fine now. I don't suffer from anxiety anymore. I don't, but I'm that meditation shit helped like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it could always rear its head back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
not-
If you do the right thing, sure.
Yeah.
Everybody has it though.
right.
Everybody suffers from anxiety. When you have a big trauma in your life, okay, that's when it comes out.
Right.
But unless you've had a big trauma in your life, a lot of people don't. Because a lot of people, people take things, and there's some people that are so laid back that nothing bothers them.
Yeah.
And that's the way you should live your life.
Super chill.
I can't.
Yeah, you're not built that way.
I'm not built that way.
I don't think I'm built that way either. I got news for you.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible, man. I heard also that you fancy yourself as quite the chef.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not a by all means, I'm not a chef. But one thing I do, I learned, and this has nothing to do with Guy. Absolutely
pre-Guy.
This is pre-Guy. With all my travels, whenever I go to a restaurant and they have something that's good, and whatever I ate, the best thing that I ate in a restaurant, which is, I say is above average, it was spectacular, I try to make it at home. So
Try and replicate it.
what I do is I get the menu. I call them, hey, can I have that menu? So let me see, I might order something. I don't, but I just take a picture of, without them seeing me, I take a picture of the ingredients and shit, and then I try to go make it at home.
Right.
And I learned that a lot of people don't know these things. People go to McDonald's and Burger King, I feel, because they don't know any better.
Right.
Really. Once you try the pizza in New York, you don't want to eat pizza anywhere else.
Right.
Once you try the best, it's hard to go backwards. So I try to buy the best possible ingredients whenever I'm cooking. I don't cut corners when I cook. Am I a good chef? Hell no. Do I make good dishes? Absolutely. But
What's your best dish?
penne alla vodka.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's your go-to.
that's my go-to.
How often do you make it?
Depends on if I'm on a diet or not, But
Yeah.
I've made that dish in Philadelphia, California, Jersey. I've done it at home a bunch of times, but I make it really, really good. And it's just little things that people don't know.
Tiny little intricacies.
That's all it is.
Right.
And good ingredients.
Right.
I use these tomatoes that are called San Marzano tomatoes. They're some of the best tomatoes in the world. A lot of people don't know. And it comes in a can. It doesn't matter that it comes in a can. They're the best tomatoes. I rinse them off, take that canned flavor shit out of it, and I make my sauce or gravy or whatever, depending on what part of the country we're in, because some people call it sauce, some people call it gravy.
Right.
But it comes out of this world. The secret is when you're done with your sauce, because I put prosciutto, onions, all kind of shit in there. When you're done with your sauce, you got to get a frying pan. And then you put the penny, then you put your sauce, and then you grate the cheese, and then you put a little bit of parsley or whatever, but then you let it sit there, and you're like refrying it. So you're like sort of sauteing it, now it becomes thick.
No kidding.
Yeah, just by doing that little thing. Because some people do the pasta, the sauce, and they put it together, and here you go. No, it don't work that way.
No, it's a process.
It's a process.
You got to do
It's
it
a
right.
process, yeah. And I do a phenomenal white chocolate bread pudding.
Really? How have we not had this? Palmer, how have we not had this?
You don't.
It sounds amazing.
You don't have a kitchen here.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna make this a thing. I'm gonna make sure that whenever you come up again, whenever that is,
We'll do it from your house or wherever. Give me
whatever.
a stove. All I need is an oven. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the ingredients, how you do it,
okay,
and I'll show you the process.
okay.
And you pay me a little bit of royalties for.
Well, you got to make the ashtray back.
So I'll tell you how I did this. I went to a place. It was a restaurant. If I'm talking too much, bro, let me know.
No, you're good.
We go into this restaurant, and I ordered the dessert, and it was incredible. And I couldn't wait to go back to this place. The food was okay. From 1 to 10, it was a 6, 7, but the dessert was a 10. And I go back another day, and I tried to make it at home, but it wasn't.
Couldn't do it.
It couldn't do it. I went back again, and I ate one there, and I took one to go. And in the morning, I woke up, and I went to get a little slice of it, and it was hard. The white chocolate was hard. And I said, "Now I got you, motherfucker," because I used to do the white chocolate chips.
Right.
What they use as a brick. I said, "Now I got your ass." And then I started doing the brick, and now it tastes the same. It's fucking delicious, dude. And I
broke it
put
down.
raspberry, blueberry on top, strawberries.
You reverse engineered it.
Yeah, that's how I got.
Look at you.
That's how I got those motherfuckers.
That's hilarious, man. I love that, dude. All All right. Couple brief things to surmise, and then we'll wrap this up. Number one, you lost the fucking bet. Fair and square. Look.
I don't think I did.
Look, I just want you to know, I cherish the fact.
Well, let's tell America what the bet was. I have no problem telling
I cherish the fact that you continue to be upset about the fact that you lost the bet.
Well, he lost. He doesn't like to lose.
I paid I paid up.
You did.
Okay.
You pay.
I thought it was a gray area.
And Espinosa always pays his debts. I get it.
Okay. I thought it was a gray area.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember exactly some of the details of the bet, but
Right.
and I'll tell America. I said, listen, if come election time, something big will happen. It'll be either COVID, either be something that because
You go ahead and tell your side of the story.
I like the smug look on Michael's face.
You go ahead and tell your side of the story.
You and I both know that all these politicians are full of shit.
Of course.
Okay, so they're going to do everything possible
Right.
to win. So my bet to you was that something big was going to happen. Either another COVID, a disease, the fucking banana, chocolate, strawberry disease. Some big shit was going to happen.
Chocolate strawberry disease, right?
All right.
Banana chocolate strawberry.
Whatever.
possibly
the fuck,
banana.
Whatever the
Yeah,
fuck it is.
could be banana.
Or strawberry.
Yeah.
And we got a date.
Yeah.
And the date came and you text me. But I think 2 or 3 weeks before that, the Democrats changed their candidate from Biden
Right.
to Kamala.
Right.
I think-
Never in the history of the free world have we.
and I think
Right.
that's huge. That's fucking
Yes.
big, dude.
Yeah, I will agree with you. That is
That's
big.
big.
You just nominate somebody 100%.
Right.
That's huge.
And that's
Yeah.
why the bet is still a gray area, because that's big.
Okay.
Now, if I didn't use the word something big would happen, and then I shut the fuck up and I lost.
Right.
Okay. Now, if I just said banana, cherry, strawberry fucking disease or
Yeah.
COVID, another form of COVID,
Yeah.
and then you won fair and square.
Okay.
But if I use the word big, then I think it's a little fucking gray
All
area.
right. So let's back this up for you.
All right. Now, you hear.
Here's,
let me hear
here's what I
your
love
side.
about you.
All right.
I love you to death.
All right.
When you get on your tangents,
Okay.
you're elevated, right?
A little bit.
And you're going,
All right.
right? And you say verbatim,
Okay.
I will bet that they are going to shut down the entire country again for COVID. And I said, I'll take that bet. And you said, all right, well, and you had said specifically it would be like June. And I said, okay, that's perfect. I'll take that
I'll
bet.
give you to August.
Right. And
I
then
remember you said
and then,
something like that.
and then you said, whoa, give me a little more time. Since it's so specific,
Okay.
I'm going to need some more time. And I said, no problem. I'll give you more time. You pick the date. When do you want to pick the date? So at that moment, I wrote it down in my calendar.
Okay.
And I showed it to you.
You did?
I said, here it is.
You did?
Here is the bet verbatim. And here's the date in which the bet expires.
Yes, you sent me the date that it expired. Yes, and the date. Yes, you did.
Specifically, what it was.
I would have to go through my text.
can't-
I don't think
look,
specifically.
I'm not a betting.
Listen, I lost. I paid my debt.
I love this. I love.
I paid my debt.
Of course, you did.
I think you got to give me another chance because there's still a little
We can
gray
do another.
area.
We can do another one.
All right,
That's
all right,
fine.
But I think there's
we
a
can
little
do another.
gray area.
We can do another.
And by the way, I give 3 flying fucks about the ashtray and the
Of course.
and whatever I sent you. I don't even know what the hell I sent you, but I did good on the bet, but I hate to lose.
I know. I love that.
You're probably the
Ridiculous.
only guy in the country that's ever beat me in
Yeah,
a bet.
I was gonna.
You know, Abe has those dollar bills
Dude,
and
you're
all the
just beating me
bullshit.
to it. I was
Shine.
gonna have you say I lost to $1 to Abe, but someone else is already doing that.
I have 2 of them from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have $2
I have,
from Abe.
I have a $5 bill and I had a 10, but I was broke in Vegas. I think I put it in a slot machine.
Slid it in something.
We could have Eric sign the ashtray.
But I had 2 somewhere. I think I have them in the office, but I have 2 from Abe. Yeah, I don't bet unless I'm like a dollar. But listen, I lost.
I caught you.
I would tell America right here, all your listeners, I lost. I lost.
You can't win them all.
I lost.
You can't win them all. It's just not. It's just
I
not.
lost because the details is my fault. I wasn't specific, and I blame myself. I don't blame you.
Well, you were specific. That was why I took the bet.
Something big did happen, though.
That's not what you said at the time.
First time in history.
It's not what you said at the time.
You know,
course.
George Washington didn't do that. Abe Lincoln didn't do that.
Yeah, I
Andrew
get it.
Jackson
Hey,
didn't do
listen,
that,
George
you know?
Washington didn't go to his mother's funeral.
Right.
What are you?
No,
what are we trying to?
yeah.
What are we saying here?
You know,
Abe Lincoln
none
fought a
of
guy in
these
a
guys-
ditch. I mean, like, come on,
Nobody's done that, you know?
to equal the height. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, a little bit of business talk, then we're going to move on.
All
All
right.
right. We're going to go upstairs. We're going to have a good time. We're gonna sell some Erik Espinosa cigars.
There we go.
It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so COVID hits, and then shortly thereafter, you partner with Guy, right?
Yeah. Actually, it was the Friday before the shutdown.
Really?
Yes. Abe's event was that Saturday.
Okay.
I meet him on Friday. I go to Saturday after Abe's event to the Food and Wine Festival.
No kidding.
And then Sunday and then Monday it shut down. I remember going to the TPE in January,
Okay.
and you had people wearing masks, and I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't know what the fuck that was about. And I'm always a prankster. I would see the Asian girl had a mask on, and I'm thinking the smoke's bothering her.
Right.
And I look at her and I say, "You have a lighter? I can borrow," just to
Right.
fuck with her because she had the mask on and shit. And
Right.
Of course, no
lighter.
English, whatever. But I didn't.
You stay away from me.
I didn't know what that was about.
Right.
I never experienced that. You know. And then that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is when
Yeah.
you had the shit hit the fan.
I think we were coming back from Philadelphia and we started to see people wearing masks and stuff, right, Palmer?
I believe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, so tabling the 2020 year and looking at 2021, 22, or 23 and 24, right? So 4 years. I think that you have scaled a lot. You've been very successful in a lot of things, as far as your company's concerned.
Right.
This is me just spitballing here, but I think that that's accurate. Are you where you want to be?
No,
No.
not even close.
Not even close.
No, not even close, bro. No. But I have the same issue that every other boutique brand has. How do you get to the regular guy who don't know shit about cigars?
Sure.
Can you sell more to guys who don't know shit about cigars? You know, I compete with you know the Malilos of the world, the Sakas of the world, your Skips of the world, yourself, and all that, and we have basically the same fan base.
Sure.
You
We
know,
share a lot of consumers.
We share a lot of consumers,
Of course.
But the golfer or the guy who don't know shit that goes out and gets the name brands, how do you get to those guys? That's a $1 million question. And in my lifetime, I've seen maybe 6 companies that have done that.
Right.
They were where I was at, the Rocky Patels, the Perdomos, the Olivas. You know, that's the $1 million question. How do you do that? Yes, has Guy helped? Absolutely.
Of course.
I've had a lot of celebrities that I've sent boxes of cigars through Guy, the Al Pacinos, but Al Pacino, I don't know if he's ever smoked a cigar.
Right, I
But,
think
you
so.
know, right. You know, if I send him a box and he don't snap a picture with it, you know, I would love for him to snap a picture. I'll post the fuck out of it. But, you know, that's the $1 million question, bro. How do you get, just like you ship product. How do you get to the guys who, you know, who smoke the Monte Cristos and the Romeos and and stuff like that. You know, that's they're name brands. They're very powerful, but I want a piece of that.
Right.
Just don't know how to do it.
So that's your vision. You want to cut into that piece of the pie.
Well, sure, but whoever doesn't tell you that they want to do that, it's insane. And I know that some people do their business differently, and they're content of where they're at. You know, I'm not going anywhere. I don't want to sell this company. I want to leave it for my son.
Right.
You know, but I need to leave it, flush. You know what I'm saying? I'm not complaining. Don't get me wrong.
That's not what the question was.
Right. But here, I'll tell you, your listeners this. It probably cigars you don't smoke, or Mike, or a lot of your consumers, Connecticut.
Right.
That's the number one selling wrapper in the world.
Sure.
Connecticut, at least in this country.
Yeah.
You know, but we don't smoke it. I mean, you might smoke one or two. I
smoke 2 of them a day.
Do you?
I do.
I don't.
Because I made a badass one.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Now you made some.
I made some this
made a
sell,
couple good ones.
but it's not. But
Chicago.
Yes, but here's the thing: a lot of people don't talk about that.
Right.
When it's got to be medium to full. when's the last time you heard, I smoked this great, Connecticut cigar? You don't hear that. You do hear it, but not as much as you do the other ones.
Right.
But you sell more Connecticut's than anything. And that's the target. How do I get the guy? And it's the $1 million question.
And how do you educate that guy? Because a lot of those guys are smoking bullshit Connecticut.
They don't know.
Right.
And I don't think they care.
No.
I don't think they care.
How do
They're
you
in the
make
golf
them-
course and
How do you
all
make
that.
them care?
And that's why Drew Estates is so important to our industry, man, because it's a gateway cigar.
Sure.
When I used to rep them, and they start smoking the ash and the fat bottom Betty, and then they move up, but how do you get them to smoke? Like, listen, I do fantastic with crema, and the knuckle sandwich Connecticut, but I can't get it to the everyday Joe Schmo,
Right.
How do I get those guys or women? It's tough.
Yeah.
That's the $1 million question.
So is that what you're planning on working on in the coming
Absolutely,
years?
absolutely. That's something that I'm targeting. How do you do it though? It's hard. I remember Rocky. I know how some people got there. Rocky had 3 great hits back to back to back.
Right.
Which he had the Edge, the Java, and the Vintage, and he had 3 monster hits back to back, and that escalated to. Bro, I'm in the Big Smoke. Just to give you an idea, I'm in the Big Smoke about a month ago. I have the magazine. They did an article on me in the Big Smoke. I got one of the and Cigar Aficionado, one of the highest rated cigar. Okay, we got both magazines there showing. And I'll be honest with you, there was 4,000 people there. I took maybe 50 pictures.
Right.
It's not a lot. I took a hell of a lot more, but when Guy was next to me.
Yeah,
but Guy wasn't there the first
I was
day.
going to drop that joke.
Right,
you
right,
just beat me to it.
Right.
You're 2 for 2 on me.
But Guy was there the second day, the first day.
Right.
I mean, these are guys that read Cigar Aficionado. I have no idea who the fuck Espinosa is.
No idea.
I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, everybody knows.
Do you know who I am? Right.
A lot of people don't know who the fuck Rocky Patel is.
No.
And that's my point. There's people go there and then you tell them, you ever heard of a 601, Mucielago, go knuckle sandwich, this, that, and what do you smoke? And they tell you a brand that you're like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I give up once I hear the brand that they smoke. And I'm done with you. But you advertise in Cigar Aficionado. I'm out there. I've been to every state. I've been to mostly, I would tell you, 70% of every retail shop in the country. Not everybody knows who the fuck we are.
Right.
And how do you get there? You got to keep knocking on doors. And I don't know what the formula is. If any of your listeners know what the formula is, I'm all ears, bro. I'm all ears. Listen, I don't need to tell you. You know the struggles.
Yeah, no shit.
I don't have to tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody comes up to me and tells me, you're a crock of shit, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck. One thing I don't do is lie, dude.
Right.
It is. Listen, every year at the trade show we sell more. Every year we sell more. This year's a little flat for mostly everybody. Mm-hmm. I got to have a big month, to surpass last year. But I talk to everybody. Everybody's flat. Everybody's,
Yeah.
And the economy is.
Yeah, well, I mean, but
up.
realistically, when everybody says they're flat, they're probably down.
They're probably down, right?
Yeah.
One thing about me, dude, I'm too old to lie because you got to remember your lies. No, I'm a
Right.
little down, but I got some new things. I got the Chicago shipping, the 6th province. I got a bunch of shit.
You got a lot of things
this month,
exciting.
that will probably get me there. If we're up, not a hell of a lot, and if we're down, not a hell of a lot. But every year, my goal since I started the company, we've been up.
Right.
Every year it grows, and it grows, and more and more people getting to know who we are.
Right.
And
I think that's true.
yeah,
I honestly do.
Yeah. More. We're not flat. We're definitely climbing. We're on the right path.
I think you had more people in Arizona this year than you did the past 2
I
years.
can put 1,000 people in there. Just can't. I don't know where the hell to take them though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't mind doing that, but it's so intimate. It's so we don't have a big space, so
Right.
that's the reason. So, who do I invite? The people that post our cigars the most and buy a cigar the most.
Yeah, it just felt like to me that there was more there. I'm going to tell you right now
Yeah, it could have been. I don't know those numbers.
You know.
My son handles all that, but
because I want to go hide in the back. I was like, let's go hide the. Let's go hide. Let's
You,
go hide
you,
in the back.
you were probably in Hector's office all the time.
I stopped to see Hector, yeah, and then we then the conference room was pretty cool with Jack and Tyler to hang out with
I
them.
saw
For
the
a
Mike
little bit.
Tyson fight there. What a fucking waste. I can't get those 2 hours back in my life.
Well,
It was so
Okay.
script, though. Not to
Yeah.
change conversation, but that was script.
well, we can end it on that. So at the end of the day, you got a guy that's really good at marketing,
Yes.
and then you have another guy who's not going to say no to $20 million fucking dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, imagine, right? Like, hey, you got to show up. You're going to get paid 20 mil. Legacy intact. We're going to protect you. We're going to protect, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think that it took a minute for Mike to slow down. Like when he started off the gate,
Yes.
he was like he wanted.
No. Did you see him train?
Yeah,
That
of
is-
course.
It's nothing that what he did.
No, there is a guy like that. A legend like that.
I know you don't believe me, but I look you straight in your eyes, and I swear on my life, I wouldn't do it.
What, the 20 million?
No.
I actually do believe you.
There's no fucking way I'm going to sell my soul for any amount of money.
Well, you think that he sold the soul? I don't think he's.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think he
Well,
sold
he's
the
old.
soul.
People give him a pass because he's old.
Yeah.
And probably people give him a pass, but he looked like an ass. When he's told his brother, I'll fight you,
Right.
and that's where I know something because his showing, he wasn't even there. Yeah, okay, and when he told his brother, I'll fight, and his brother said, I'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? I know it was script. 1,000,000% had to be script because there's no way in the world a guy, because he's a monster. Now, he was biting his gloves, and I don't care what nobody said. Would he do it when he fight? Very little. He was biting his gloves the whole fucking time not to throw a fucking punch.
Right.
Hey, listen, don't throw a punch, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
There's no fucking way that, I would have put my life, that Tyson was going to. I was hoping he clocked the motherfucker and,
Right.
and all that. You know what I'm saying? But something was wrong there, And listen, he needed the money. He wanted to do it. Hey, man, congratulations, whatever.
He's 59 years old. Right.
I'm
And
57, dude.
Okay.
And I promise you, give me 2 months, and I would have had a better showing than him.
Okay. But at the end of the day, right? He's 59 years old.
Right.
He's not got nothing to prove. Right. He's
That's
done,
my point.
He's done a lot of these great.
But he's making good money now. What I'm told, I could be wrong. He's got the weed business. He's got
Sure.
those gummy ears with
Yeah,
the
he's
ear
got
bit off and all the
Gurkha. We got
bullshit.
Gurkha,
Yeah,
too. Don't forget Gurkha.
Yeah. So did he need the $20 million to do a fucking?
I don't know. You find $20 million on the ground, you're gonna pick it up. You're gonna fucking kick it to the curb. But look, at the end of the day, I think that the reality is he's 59 years old. So no matter how great you are, we all still tuned in.
I guess
It was on Netflix.
but I'll never do it again.
Well, I wouldn't have bought it, but it was on
No.
Netflix. And I did the buffering, and I got fucking frustrated the whole time.
Dude, we were at our warehouse, and I thought it was me. I was so embarrassed. Every 5 minutes, but then I realized it was the whole country.
Right.
They got. I think they're being sued.
Are they? That's a
So
bigger
still,
thing.
yeah.
Like, Netflix not having the capacity to handle that was definitely the biggest egg on the face for the entirety of the whole thing. And they had some good look, they even put some good fights before it.
Are you a boxing fan?
No, but I was watching those fights and I'm like, damn, this is really good. I'm a competitive fan. Like I like I like UFC.
The cigar is very good, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sandre.
Yep.
Postanic?
Postania.
Postania.
Yeah, that one won't come
And
out.
why Postania? What does that mean?
Because it means uprising.
Uprising.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
why is the arrow pointing down?
Well, because it's actually Polish revolutionaries were P with an anchor.
Okay.
So we just kind of modified it.
How many letters are in your last name?
15. How many are in Schwarzenegger? It's the real question.
How many of those?
14.
14.
One better than
you
Schwarzenegger.
up them one?
That's it. That's it,
Nice,
baby.
bro. And how do you pronounce your last name?
Stepankevich.
Stepankevich.
Yeah. Good stuff, right? Yeah, that's not coming out
Brilliant.
till the show. But,
Oh, really? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tell the whole world.
no, you're good. I don't care. But I wanted you to have something special. This is a special occasion.
I
so-
love this size, bro.
Yeah.
Cigar's really good, bro. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I'm working with good people.
That's what it is. You got to work with good people for
People you can trust.
People you can trust, and
Yeah.
because a lot of those people don't know that this is a chain here, and who makes the skip?
Yep.
Okay,
Roma.
so right, so
Nika Swing.
yeah, so Roma. So see, here's the difference. They they have their own company, and they know that it's a chain. Because if they make bad shit, you understand? We're not making Cuban cigars here that are dog rockets, and nobody complains, and they don't ship it back.
Right.
So when they make cigars, it's got to be done right, because this person
It's a reflection of their brand.
No doubt, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody knows they make it, and it's a chain. One guy can get one that doesn't draw right or whatever, then okay, you know, they'll give you another shot or whatever.
Handmade product.
But yeah, dude, but when you don't have it, when it's back ordered, they go on trying another thing, and they don't even remember the fucking brand, dude.
Yep.
The one with the letter, the 809, you talking about the 601? Yeah, that one.
That's the one, that's the one.
Dude, they just...
It just happened upstairs.
It just...
A guy came in and he said, "Oh, Johnny something." It was a Johnny cigar, like Johnny Tobacco. No, not that one. It's got red lettering on. Red lettering on it? What the fuck is this guy talking about? So then you go back, you look at the data, you try and figure out the customer name, the customer ID, when he made the purchase. We can't find the data. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is these guys? Did he come in here? Was this the? What the? You know?
What was it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they finished off. We went downstairs.
Yeah.
We went downstairs.
It's like that Hecho Mano guy. He makes all the cigars in the industry.
The guy's crushing it.
That guy's a fucking bad dude.
Yeah, it's Placencia. He's one tier lower than Hecho Mano.
Dude, it's fucking, dude. The names that people come up with.
No shit.
Macadonos, Macadoodles.
The cows. And the CAOs.
The cows. That's right.
I'm a big cow fan.
Yeah.
You like the cows?
Oh, dude, it's great.
All right. Well, let's go upstairs.
Let's do this.
This has been a great podcast, man.
My pleasure, brother. Whenever you do it, and
thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for driving up, dude.
Dude, my pleasure. I love you guys, dude. It's for me. You know, I smoked a couple cigars up on the way up here, and you know, now we're gonna rock and roll, and I wish you nothing but success. You and your team, your family, brother. You know, I root for you guys, and I'm not that guy. I don't look at you guys as competition. I look at you guys as friends, and there's enough room for everybody. That's what people don't understand.
100%.
There's no need to badmouth anybody out there. You know, there's
unless they're crooks.
There's a couple guys out there, you know what I'm saying? And there's no need to badmouth anybody out there. You know, and I'm the guy that buys cigars from everybody. You know, people ask me, you know, what do you smoke? I smoke everybody's stuff.
Right.
Not for me to know what they're doing. I just want to try different stuff.
Right.
I get tired of smoking my own shit. I do.
You want to mix it up.
Yeah, you want to mix it up, you know. And
sometimes you want penne alla vodka. You know?
Right. Sometimes you want white chocolate bread pudding. Every day is different, you know.
That's it.
But thanks for having me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude.
You got it, my brother.
All right, let's go.
1, 2.